If you walked into a service center this year for something routine and left staring at a bill that didn't match what you expected, you're not crazy. I've been hearing the same type of story over and over in 2026, and it doesn't matter whether the badge on the hood says Toyota, Ford, Honda, or Chevy. Different brands, different cities, but the same structure. The visit starts simple and it ends with a stack of urgent services that suddenly can't wait. Before we go any further, I'm curious what you're driving right now and roughly how many miles are on it. Not because it changes the conversation, but because patterns show up at certain mileage points and drivers across the country are noticing the same thing. If you've ever left a service center feeling pressured or second guessing what you approved, you already know the feeling I'm talking about. I work in this industry every day and I pay attention to what drivers tell me after the fact. I hear about the conversations. I hear about the invoices. I hear about the tone shifts when the advisor walks back in with a tablet and a serious look. What stands out isn't just the services being recommended, it's the timing and the psychology around them. A few weeks ago, someone told me about his 2020 Toyota RAV4 with just under 60,000 miles on it. He went in for what he thought was a routine visit and walked out approving nearly $1,800 in recommended work. Transmission flush, brake fluid service, throttle body cleaning, fuel system treatment. He said the way it was presented made it feel like he was on the edge of mechanical disaster. Later, when he looked up his manufacturer's maintenance schedule, he realized not all of it was required at that mileage. He wasn't reckless, he just didn't want to take a risk. That's the pattern. Number one, the mileage milestone package. There are certain numbers that trigger sales momentum in a service center. 30,000 miles, 60,000 miles, 90,000 miles. When your vehicle hits those milestones, the conversation changes. Instead of a single recommendation, you're presented with a bundled major service package that sounds official and non-negotiable. Now here's the important part. Some of what's included can absolutely be legitimate maintenance, but mixed into that package are add-ons that don't always align with how you actually drive or what your manufacturer recommends under normal conditions. The mileage becomes the emotional trigger, not necessarily the mechanical one. It creates the sense that you've reached a point of no return and everything must be handled at once. Number two, the lifetime fluid switch. For years, you may have been told your transmission fluid was lifetime. Then one day, often somewhere between 70,000 and 90,000 miles, you're told it's dangerously degraded and needs to be flushed immediately. The shift in messaging alone creates anxiety. You start wondering if you missed something critical. Here's what often gets blurred. Many modern vehicles use extended life transmission fluid, and in some cases, manufacturers recommend a simple drain and refill rather than a high-pressure flush. A flush can be appropriate under certain conditions, but automatically jumping to $600 or $800 for a service without clear testing or explanation is where things get murky. When fluid condition is described with words like dark or dirty without lab data or measurable indicators, that's when you slow the conversation down. Number three, the induction and throttle body upsell. Induction cleaning services are one of the biggest profit drivers I've seen talked about in 2026. The pitch usually sounds technical and urgent. Carbon buildup, restricted airflow, decreased efficiency. On certain direct injection engines, carbon accumulation over time is a real phenomenon, but it does not automatically mean you need to spend $400 for a cleaning at 40,000 miles. I've had more than one person tell me they were advised to do an induction service even though their car was running smoothly with no warning lights and no drivability issues. When the vehicle is idling fine, accelerating normally, and not throwing misfire codes, the urgency becomes questionable. Preventative maintenance should be based on actual operating conditions and manufacturer guidance, not just a revenue opportunity tied to mileage. Number four, the brake pad pressure. This one hits harder because it involves safety. You're told your brake pads are dangerously low and need immediate replacement. And yes, brakes are critical, but the way that information is presented matters. I recently heard from someone with a 2021 Nissan Rogue at around 35,000 miles who was quoted just over $1,000 for a full brake job because he was told he was almost metal to metal. When he asked for the measurements in millimeters, the conversation shifted. The pads were worn, but not at immediate failure levels. They were approaching service range, not crisis range. The wording had amplified the urgency. When brake service is truly needed, the numbers should be clear. Pad thickness can be measured. Manufacturer specifications exist. If you're only being told they're low without a measurement, you're operating on tone rather than data. Notice something important here. None of these services are imaginary. Transmission fluid does age. Carbon can build up. Brake pads do wear down. That's what makes this structure so effective. It blends real maintenance with aggressive timing and bundled presentation. It creates momentum. And once that psychological barrier is gone, the visit starts to move faster than you expect. The first recommendation made sense, so the second one feels reasonable. And by the time the third or fourth item is explained, you're no longer evaluating each service on its own. You're reacting to a narrative that your vehicle is quietly deteriorating. That narrative is powerful, especially when you rely on your car every day and can't afford a breakdown. Before we keep going, think about the largest service bill you've approved in the last couple of years. Not the routine oil change, but the one that made you pause before signing. What was the mileage? What was the total? When drivers start sharing those experiences, patterns become easier to see, and it becomes harder for pressure tactics to hide behind technical language. Number 5, the fuel system cleaning stack. In 2026, fuel system services are being bundled more aggressively than ever. You'll hear phrases like injector contamination, intake deposits, or fuel trim imbalance. On certain high mileage vehicles with symptoms, cleaning can absolutely be helpful. But what I keep hearing about is the stacking of multiple cleaning services at once, often at 50,000 or 60,000 miles, even when the vehicle is running smoothly. Someone recently told me about his 2019 Ford F-150 with just over 70,000 miles. He went in for a routine visit and was shown a fuel service package for $650 that included injector cleaning, throttle body service, and a fuel additive treatment. The truck had no hesitation, no misfires, no warning lights. The recommendation was framed as preventative and urgent. He approved it because he didn't want to risk long-term damage. Afterward, he started wondering whether urgency was based on condition or simply mileage. Preventative maintenance should always connect to symptoms, test results, or manufacturer guidelines. When the only trigger is a mileage milestone and the vehicle is operating normally, that's when you slow the conversation down. Number 6, the free inspection funnel. Complimentary multi-point inspection sounds reassuring. It implies thoroughness and care. What often follows, though, is a digital report filled with yellow and red flags. The visual presentation alone can elevate anxiety. When you see multiple items marked in red, it feels like your vehicle is on borrowed time. I've heard from drivers who went in for basic service and left with estimates exceeding $1,200 after a free inspection. Coolant flushes, brake fluid exchanges, alignments, cabin air filters, and battery replacements all recommended at once. When those same drivers later checked manufacturer schedules or sought clarification, they realized not every item was urgent or even due yet. The inspection itself wasn't the problem. The escalation and timing were. When every category is presented as a concern, it becomes difficult to distinguish between needs attention soon and unsafe to drive. That blur is where wallets get drained. Number 7, the alignment anxiety pitch. Alignment services are legitimate when your steering pulls, tires wear unevenly, or suspension components have been replaced. But alignments are also easy to sell because most drivers can't see alignment angles without specialized equipment. When you're told your alignment is out, the implication is that tire destruction is imminent. In reality, manufacturers allow for a tolerance range. Slight deviations within specification do not automatically mean your tires are being destroyed. The key question is whether the measurements fall outside the manufacturer's acceptable range. If the answer is vague or framed dramatically without numbers, you're being asked to trust urgency rather than data. Number 8, the battery weakness warning. Batteries fail, especially in extreme heat and cold, but battery recommendations in 2026 are often framed in worst-case scenarios. You'll hear that your battery barely passed or is on its last leg, and that it could leave you stranded at any moment. Without actual cold cranking amp readings or voltage numbers, it's difficult to know whether you're dealing with a failing battery or one that simply isn't brand new. A battery testing slightly below peak does not always equal imminent failure. Replacement might be reasonable, but urgency should be supported by measurable results. Number 9, the extended warranty pressure window. When you're near the end of a factory warranty or an extended coverage period, recommendations sometimes take on a different tone. You may hear, we should address this before it's no longer covered, even when the service itself isn't warranty related. The ticking clock adds pressure, and time pressure reduces analysis. That urgency window is powerful. It makes you feel like delaying a decision is risky, but unless something is unsafe to operate, you usually have time to verify recommendations, check manufacturer schedules, or seek a second opinion. Now here's where you regain control. 2 simple questions change the energy in almost any service center conversation. The first is this unsafe to drive today? If the answer is no, you've just removed the emergency. That doesn't mean ignore it. It means you have space to think. The second question is, can you show me the measurement? Whether it's brake pad thickness in millimeters, battery test readings, alignment angles, or fluid analysis, measurable data transforms the conversation from emotional to factual. When data enters the discussion, pressure weakens. This industry is not entirely built on deception. There are honest advisors and skilled technicians everywhere, but the revenue model in many service centers rewards higher average repair orders per vehicle. That incentive structure influences behavior. The result is a system where legitimate maintenance and aggressive upselling often overlap. If you've ever left a service center feeling unsettled, that instinct matters. Doesn't mean every recommendation was wrong. It means the conversation may have moved faster than it should have. Slowing it down, asking for specifics, and separating urgency from maintenance can change the outcome dramatically. Drivers across brands and across states are describing similar experiences. Different logos, same script. The more we talk about it, the harder it becomes for pressure tactics to rely on silence. Keep learning, keep asking questions. And if this helped you look at your next service visit differently, stay tuned for more conversations like this.